Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today I'm going to be doing the Dilemmas of a Horror Nerd tag. Alright? Originally when I was this is my second time trying to film this. The first time, instead of saying horror nerd, I said horror nude. And I have no idea why I did that at all. Alright? Anyway, I was tagged by Marie McWilliams over on her channel. I will leave a link to her channel in the description. In fact, I'll leave a link to her video for this tag in the description. And I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Marie, for tagging me, because this is an awesome tag. I kind of compare this tag to the BookTube tropes tag, which everybody has all these assumptions about booktubers, like all booktubers are teenage girls, all booktubers hate libraries. Stupid stuff, really. I mean, we're only in it for the money. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm begged to differ on that. But anyway, I digress. This is the Dilemmas of a Horror Nerd tag. The reason I compare it to the BookTube tropes tag is kind of basically the same kind of assumptions, almost accusations or whatever, that people who do not watch horror or do not like horror have about those of us who do watch and do love horror. So there you go. I got my questions right here because I had to write them down, because my phone that I normally write my questions down, the screen absolutely died. And I don't mean the battery ran out. It just freaking died, okay? That being said, let's go ahead and get it away. And I did not rehearse these answers. I have not thought about my answers for them, because I want them to be as off the cuff and honest as I can get with them, okay? So bear with me on that. Thank you very much. Number one, it's kind of a two-parter. How can you read that stuff, and is there something wrong with you? Okay, part one, how can I read that stuff? Now, and this is my answer for that, and I'm not stepping, I don't mean to step on anybody's toes. If you like this kind of fiction, this genre of fiction, then that's great. But my question is, how can some of you read romance? Because to me, it just comes off as so unrealistic, all right? Especially the ones where, like, they made love for hours. That has never happened with me, okay? I'm kind of telling on myself there, but no, I mean, even my wife finds that unrealistic, all right? Because I don't think it happens in real life. And if it does, you're probably taking a copious amount of cocaine or Viagra or whatever to get your, what. Anyway, how do I watch it? I watch it because it thrills me. It excites me. I watch it because I like to be scared, all right? What's good? Well, I watch it because it takes so much imagination to come up with these different monsters, these different horror movie villains, different ways to kill somebody. Okay, look at the Final Destination movies. Why do you watch those movies? I watch the Final Destination movies not because I'm going in there thinking, oh, this is going to be an Oscar-winning performance or Oscar-winning movie. I watch it because I want to see the different ways that the writers come up with to kill people in these movies. I've even got a top 3 kills for the Final Destination movies. All right? So there. All right. And if you're interested, number 3 is the plate of glass on the kid, falling on the kid from Final Destination 2. Number 2, what was that one? It was number 2. Oh, Lord, I cannot remember number 2, but number 1 was the tanning bed. The tanning bed death in Final Destination 3. I'll think about number 2 eventually, and I'll come back to you about that one. Anyway, that's it. Is there something wrong with me? I don't think so. It's just that I am a person who just happens to love horror movies, horror books, horror, period. All right? So no, why do I like it, and what's wrong? Is there something wrong with me? I like it because I like being scared. It's fun, and there's nothing wrong with me. All right. Number 2, doesn't it give you nightmares? Okay, when I was a little kid, I might have had nightmares before it, but I think a lot of that came from the fact that after I saw The Wolfman and discovered werewolves, when I was a little kid, they scared the hell out of me. Nowadays, I love them. I do. But when I was a little kid, my sister would stand at my window, outside my window, right there where my bed is, and she would just scratch the window and she'd go, werewolf. Scared the shit out of me. But did it give me nightmares? I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had a nightmare because of a horror movie. I actually had a nightmare because of a mainstream movie. There was a movie a long time ago, back in the 80s, 90s, with Sigourney Weaver called Gorillas in the Mist. All right, trigger warning, because I am going to talk about animals being harmed. All right, now the movie is about Diane Fossey. She was an anthropologist who studied gorillas. All right, she was murdered. She was macheted to death. All right. And what happened in the movie is she's trying to stop these poachers, because these poachers are killing these gorillas and they're decapitating them and taking their hands. And one of her favorite gorillas that she called Digit was a friend. It was kind of a friend to her, and it was murdered that way. And for some reason, when I watched the movie, that didn't register with me. But then I dreamed about it. I had a nightmare about it. I woke up in tears. You know, and that's just a mainstream movie. It's not a horror movie. Horror movies have never given me nightmares. It's not happened. All right? So there. No, it doesn't give me nightmares. Number 3, why do you like being scared? Because it makes me feel alive. I mean, I will have times when I'm watching a movie and I might feel depressed. I might be angry about something. I might be just down in the dumps completely about something. But then I'll watch a horror movie and it makes me feel alive, because when I get scared, even if it's a jump scare, which is used so many times, that's just it. I like being scared because it makes me feel alive. All right. I'm not going to say it gives me purpose or anything like that, but it makes me feel alive. I feel great. You know, I love the thrill of being scared. And I'm going to do a spoiler alert here, because if you haven't watched The Haunting of the Hill House, Netflix series, then I'm sorry, but spoiler alert. There's a scene in that where the two sisters, Theo and Shirley, are arguing in the car, and all of a sudden the ghost of Nell, aka the bent neck lady, comes screaming out of the backseat of the car. You don't expect this, you don't see it coming, but holy crap, do you feel alive when it happens? Because I almost flipped over my chair. All right? It scared the crap out of me. Okay? So yeah, I love being scared because it makes me feel alive. All right, there you go. That's my answer. Aren't horror movies and books all the same? How do you even answer that question? Because no, they're not. Do you think all horror movies are about ghosts? Do you think all horror books are about ghosts? Do you think they're all about vampires or whatever? No, they're different, completely different. You know, a horror movie that is based off of a book may be completely different from the book. Or it may be the same with a few changes, but are they all the same? This is going to be my shortest answer. Just no, they're not. All right? That's just, I'm sorry, ridiculous to even think that. Okay? And I'm sure that my answers are probably going to be abrasive to some people, and I'm just like, use your heads. Okay? Use your heads. No. It's like saying, is all historical fiction and all historical movies the same? Not necessarily. No. They're not. So there. No. Just no. All right? No. There. Okay. Last question. Why don't you watch something nice and cheerful? I do. I don't watch horror 24/7. Okay? Because, you know, you do need something. Yes, horror is great. And there is comedy horror, which is that nice and cheerful? Does that count? You know? I mean, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I thought that was kind of cheerful. I don't know. All right. But yeah, I do watch things that are cheerful too. I mean, I watch comedies. I went through the entire 4 seasons of My Name is Earl, and pissed me off big time because they ended, the last episode was a cliffhanger because it was supposed to be continued. No more episodes. That's it. Fine. I watched Santa Clarita Diet. You know, which again goes into horror because it's about a woman who gets turned into a zombie and her misadventures, so to speak, ended on a cliffhanger. But I watched it because it is cheerful to me. All right, so yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I kind of do watch horror, and even when I'm not watching horror, don't I? Anyway, but yes. But yeah, I do watch comedies. My wife and I watch comedies. We like Young Sheldon. We like that. And if you don't like these shows, I don't care. You know, if they're not your kind of show, that's great. Fine, you know. But there's things that I like. We watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We think that's pretty funny. So yes, I do watch things nice and cheerful at times too, but I always go back to horror. And I'm going to keep on going back to horror. I'm 58 years old. I have been watching horror movies since I was about 7 or 8 years old. And I've always loved it. I've always loved being scared, and that's it. So those are my dilemmas of this horror nerd. So I thank you for watching. I'm trying to think, do I want to tag anybody? You know what? I'm terrible at tagging people, so I'm not going to tag anybody, but if you're a horror fan, you love horror like I do, then please, by all means, do this tag, because I would love to see your answers. All right? So until next time, it is Friday. The weekend is approaching. Have a great weekend, and please, please, please be safe. All right? Thank you, and see you later. Bye.